On the morning of August 6, 1945, the city of Hiroshima woke up like any other summer day. The sun rose gently over the Oda River, cicadas filled the air with sound, shopkeepers opened wooden shutters, children prepared for school, and families believed, just for a moment, that the war might soon be ending. No one knew that within seconds, an entire city would vanish. No one knew that history itself was about to split in two. At 8:15 a.m., a single American B-29 bomber named Enola Gay appeared high above the city. It flew alone, without fighter escorts, without warning sirens. To the people below, it was just another distant aircraft, something they had learned to ignore after years of war. Inside that plane was a weapon unlike anything humanity had ever created, a weapon that would change the meaning of war forever. At exactly 8:15 and 17 seconds, the bomb was released. 43 seconds later, the sun fell on Hiroshima. A blinding white flash exploded in the sky, hotter than the surface of the sun. In that instant, shadows were burned permanently into stone. People walking across bridges vanished mid-step. Skin evaporated. Glass melted. Concrete cracked like paper. The temperature at the center of the blast reached over 4,000 degrees Celsius. Everything within a mile simply ceased to exist. Those closest to the explosion were never given time to scream. Those farther away felt a pressure so powerful it crushed lungs, collapsed buildings, and hurled human bodies through the air like leaves. And then came the silence. A silence so deep, so unnatural, that survivors later said it felt like the world had ended and forgotten to tell anyone. Hiroshima became a city of ghosts. People wandered the ruins with burned skin hanging from their arms like torn cloth. Their hair stood stiff and scorched, eyes swollen shut, voices reduced to whispers. They did not cry for help. They simply whispered one word over and over: water. The river filled with bodies. Some jumped in to escape the flames. Some were already dead before they touched the water. Others boiled alive as the river itself heated from the blast. The Oda River, once a symbol of life, became a flowing grave. By nightfall, over 70,000 people were dead. By the end of the year, that number would double. But the suffering had only begun. Those who survived the explosion believed they were lucky. They were not. Days later, people began falling mysteriously ill. Hair fell out in handfuls, gums bled uncontrollably, skin blackened and peeled, internal organs failed without visible wounds. Doctors were helpless. They did not yet have a name for it. Today, we call it radiation sickness. Children who appeared uninjured died weeks later. Pregnant women gave birth to babies with severe deformities. Cancer rates would haunt survivors for decades. And still, the world debated whether the weapon had been necessary. 3 days later, on August 9, 1945, the world learned that Hiroshima was not an exception. It was a warning. At 11:02 a.m., a second atomic bomb detonated over Nagasaki. Once again, a city disappeared. Once again, humanity crossed the line it could never uncross. On August 15, 1945, Japan surrendered. World War II ended, but the atomic age had begun. In the United States, the bomb was celebrated as a technological triumph. In Japan, it was remembered as the day hell touched the earth. And between those two truths lies one uncomfortable reality. Modern civilization learned how to destroy itself in seconds. Today, Hiroshima is a city rebuilt. Children laugh, trains run on time, life continues. But beneath the streets, beneath the rebuilt skyline, the memory remains. Not as anger, not as revenge, but as a warning. Because Hiroshima was not just destroyed by a bomb, it was destroyed by the belief that power without restraint has no consequences. And the shadows burned into stone still ask us a question humanity has yet to fully answer. Now that we know how to end the world, are we wise enough not to?